So people can hear us but not see us.
Oh.
Says,
What's that?
go to Prime Gaming, your Twitch accounts.
And which website though?
On Amazon, looks like.
Prime Gaming?
Yes. Prime Gaming, your Twitch accounts.
Okay.
And there's a link here. Huh. And it's https://gaming.amazon.com. Gaming.amazon.com. Okay. I can send you the link somehow if you want, maybe. Or I can tell you how I got there. Hey, thanks for the follow, Jode Farr. Muchas gracias. How do you improve? Oh, that's a great question. We're going to be working on a lot of different things today, including specifics. We have a tournament on Monday, actually Tuesdays now, and it's for the under 1800 World Championship qualifying. And with that, we go ahead and, are you under 18? You're perfect. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here, I'll put information in the chat so you can find out about it. Plus, you're my first chatter today, so we like to highlight you and give you a little bit of credit there for being my first chatter of the day. But we're going to be working by reviewing some games, and there's some specifics that we've been working on trying to make sure we understand and see how they might affect your improvement. So we will be able to do that today with you. So let me get that set up. Here we go. You are our first chatter today. Congratulations. All right. So, Denmark. Awesome. So I don't know what time it is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if it is doable for you, please show up for that tournament. Now, you need to be a part of the team. So if you're not part of the team, what you have to do is go here first and follow that link. You'll ask to be a member of the team. I will make you a member of the team. Then you will get a notification that says, hey, this is what you have to do. And you will be able to join. It'll tell you, tournament's coming up Tuesday, don't miss it. So if you just click that link, and you should be able to get to it. That's still okay. You're still under 1800. As long as you're under 1800 lead chess, you're good to go. Got to be under 1800 lead chess. Now, what we're going to be working on, what we're discussing today, besides reviewing the games, there's this list that I've been developing. 32 different principles and concepts that we're using. And of these, I'm trying to place where people belong and what do you need to do to get to the next level. So I have one of my viewers, players, LLNP, and he's 1600 and change. He played in the 1800 tournament, and he's going to help me try to figure out where he belongs. Yeah, we can do it with you too. So you said that you're 1600. What is your name on Lead Chess? What is your Lead Chess handle? David 1414. Okay, give me a second. Let's bring you up. And then we'll ask you some questions and we'll see where you fit. How's that? All right, so yes, you're 1535 question mark. So the first thing we got to do is get rid of that question mark. Now, I don't know why you have a question. Oh, because you've only played 12 games. So I think you have to play 20 games. So before Tuesday, you need to play 8 more games, rated games. Ah, yes, Chill Comet. Jams. What is your name on Lead Chess? So, we need you, Jody, if you're going to play in the under 1800 tournament, Hey Flavio, ¿cómo está mi amigo? We need you to get rid of that question mark. So we just got to get you to play a few more games because it will not let you play in an under 1800 if you haven't had a stable rating that's under 1800. Okay, but you could join the team anytime you like. And that way, whenever we have any kind of tournaments, you can play. In fact, we have a team battle coming up. Flavio, Jams, we have a team battle coming up next Tuesday, I think it is, against the normal suspects that we normally play against. So, love to have all you guys play. So, I already pulled you up, D. David. As you can see, I have your name here, and I'll slide you over a little bit so you can see it. And your rating right now is 1535 in Rapid. And Rapid is what we need. So that's good. That's the only one that you played any amount of games. You've done a lot of puzzles. But you want to play Rapid games. And we are playing, the tournament is 10 plus 3. So I recommend you play 10 plus 3 matches, right? Because it'll help you get ready for the tournament too. So play 10 plus 3. You need to play like 8 more rated games. Okay? And then you're good to go. And if you click that link to join the team, I'll add you to the team. And before you know it, you will get an invite that invites you to the tournament. Cool beans. Oh, Jams, I don't. Oh, same as Twitch. All right, let's check you out too. Why not? Let's see. Because we'd love to have you playing the tournament too, Jams. But you might already be too high rated. Oh, you haven't played any games. So you got to play 20 games, Rapid games, Jams. You're going to have to play 20 Rapid games to qualify for the under 1800 tournament. Okay? You're going to have to play 20 games. So I think 18 more. All right. No, I'd love to play a game, but not right this moment because we have to go over the games from the tournament. And for a bonus today, guys, for a bonus, we are going to try to apply those to this list. So, Jode, until you get your solid rating, we won't apply this to you. But as soon as you get your solid rating and we find out where you fall, we can go ahead and do this for you. I want to know where you fall in these 32. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll even watch you play, Jode. We might watch you play once I finish reviewing some games. So, Flavio, same thing. I want to figure out where everybody falls and finding out what is it that we're missing. What's the next thing we need to do to hit the next plateau? That's kind of the goal. So I'm going to go over a couple of games, and then after I go over those games, I definitely want to take a look at LLMP and see where he falls. But we thought that we might be able to look at these games. I think we can look at these games. We can get rid of this one. I got a duplicate in here, I'm pretty sure. Unless he played them twice. He might have played them twice. Chess Wizard.
Yes.
Oh, he did play him twice. Okay, Sudoku's played Sudoku's twice. All right. Oh, this game has already got some editing, so this must be not the first game. Chess Wizard Sudoku's. Here we go. This has got to be, I hope this is the first game of the tournament. All right. So this is the first game from our tournament for the winner. He came in first. So here we go. Chess Wizard is white, so let's flip it. We always like to look at it from the winner's point of view or the one that won the tournament, although he lost this game. And he ran into a Caro-Kann, but he's switched it over to just a Queen's Pawn game. Nice. Everything's looking okay so far, and we get double pawns on the king's side. Right, so he's weakened the king side position, but also now the king side can be used for operations. And we get a development of the queen. I'm not worried about this so far. Everything looks okay. We get a castle. And now this take is interesting because now it also opens a file at the king on this side. And it's funny that he did this because I got into trouble playing the other day, and he knows I got into trouble playing the other day doing the same thing. He could have backed up, and then this pawn would have rushed in. But I think he could have locked this all down. But okay, he chooses to take, and he lines up the rook. But now the problem is these pawns become very strong, very hard to break through, can't get anything going. So I think white gets into trouble there. And then this does not help, right? This is overextension, so this is a positional weakness that he's giving himself. opening up the board where his king is at. Black is staying in the center, which is solid, right? Locked down, pretty solid. But now these pawns are going to become a target. The king is out here in the open. The bishop is raking. Yeah, I think this chase was not a good idea. I just think that was a bad idea overall. And now we're allowing the king side to be totally opened up. Not that he had many choices, but now the king side is being opened up. From here, he could have pushed. If he's going to open it up, maybe open it up on his own terms, threatening to take with the queen if you take, get the check. If he doesn't take and he does something like backs it up with the rook, you can say, okay, let's try to lock this down. If he takes, now you're pretty solidly locked down because the knight is being held by the pawn. Your other knight can swing into this position. I think this would be a much better position for black. All right, Joe, good, good. So this would be a much better position for white, I mean. But white didn't go that route, right? White decided to develop the knight, and now we have this loose hanging pawn, hard to defend, and we don't defend it. We don't defend it at all. I don't know what we're doing, moving, protecting this pawn. Again, maybe pushing was best. Maybe pushing is best. You got enough pieces on it to be able to take back. Yeah, trouble's brewing in River City. So I gave away the pawn. I think he just missed it, which is free candy. And so the concept of free candy, we said that you and I have to judge Wizard as being not falling into free candy on a regular basis, right? So he's past the free candy. So when we look at our list, we look at this game, we can say he understands the rules of the game. Okay, he's got that. I think he doesn't make mistakes with free candy overall, but obviously everyone does. Everyone misses sometimes. But if you're only missing a pawn once in a game, and you know it's rare, I'd say you have it down pat. I'm liking to think that he's got this down pat. He knows the piece values. He understands development, but I'd say he's not doing king safety as well as he could. I'm saying he's not doing king safety as well as he could. So right now, our 1675 is right here, not understanding king safety as well as he should. Does he know basic checkmates? I'd say yeah. Does he understand how to respond to an attack? Yeah, again, maybe not as well as he should. So basic checkmates, like with a king and a queen, king and a rook, I'd say he's got, which makes me want to move this. I'm going to move this down to here. Okay, so let me put this over here. I think we're going to switch these. I really do. I really do. I'm going to move this one down to here. All right. I think that might be more accurate. And then I think he's right here because I think he's being weak on these. And I think he's understanding basic endgames, but right, he's not totally there yet either. So king safety might be a critical one for beginners. All right, so let's keep looking. All right, he gets a counterattack. Let's see what happens with it. And we get up. He doesn't get a good counterattack. Sorry, guys. He just got forked. He fell for this fork that it looks like he got baited into. So Sudakus moved back here just so he could do this. Because look at that alignment. So we've talked about alignment. Here is alignment, two different ways. And he's not aware of the alignment to the point that he became safe. So king safety and alignment, both issues he's falling short on this game. Alignment right here. He was falling short on alignment. So let's see if that continues to be a trend, if that's something our intrepid winner of this tournament continues to have a problem with. All right, let's take a look. So here's his next game. He loses this game. So he loses both games. Let's see. Did he lose yeah, he lost this one. And now he loses this one, right? Wow. So he lost his first two games. Let's see how it goes. This looks like it's the right one. And he is playing black. And somehow I have a move in here, though. Let me just make sure. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong place. I thought I had to be in the wrong place because I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But this is definitely Lasar's first tournament. So it would have been Chess Wizard. Chill Comment did not play. Okay, so we went over, it looks like over an old... This was the game I think we just went over? No, that is not the game we just went over. So, I'm just trying to make sure I line up the games correctly. So, Chess Wizard, his first game, looks like it may have been against Ilciar, which is Jim. So, let's just double check. I'll go back to the tournament. Let's go back to the tournament and make sure we're looking at the right game, guys. So, we go to the tournament that ended, and we had Chess Wizard, and his first game was against Ilciar. All right, or Jim. All right, so we'll go check that out. We'll go check out Jim's game. So this was the game against Jim. And let's see how that one goes. Chess Wizard actually wins his first game of this tournament. Nice, solid game. But we said in the other game he missed alignment. Now he's finding alignment. He missed alignment. Jim doesn't miss alignment, but white immediately takes to double up the pawns. Now, we have double pawns here. We have double pawns here. They're both pointing towards the center. The difference is, nope, we have a semi-open file here, though. Interesting. All right, we still have a positive, strong pin. We'll see if he can take advantage of the pin. Well, sorry. First, he gets free candy because he removed the defender. So good job of removing the defender. And now we get an attack on the knight, and we trade off. All right. A little risky. Could have went this way. Didn't have to open up the king. But interesting. And fork. Oh, he just walked right into it. So Jim, if we're looking at Jim, what Jim is missing is one move attacks, right? One move attacks. We'll see if that continues. So back here, if we're looking at Jim's score and say, where's Jim at? It wasn't king safety right now, but he fell into just some basic tactics. One, he missed a free candy, but it wasn't obvious free candy, right? It wasn't a hanging piece. It was the fact that he gave it away because he removed the defender. So that's a different issue. Removing the defender is tactics. That's down here. So he's already missed two basic tactics. He's already missed two basic tactics in this game. So he missed the free candy and he just missed that fork. All right, so now he's down the exchange, but he's still in this game. And we get a trade, and we gave away a pawn for no reason, guys, right? So if you look right here, there was no reason to do that to give away the candy. Could have went here first to set that up, but there's no reason that we do this and allow him to get two pieces on it and win free candy. Yeah, it's only a pawn, but we're still, right, chess wizards are still giving away free candy, which is basic tactics. Now, positionally, he's ready to go to the endgame. Is this the best square for his rooks, right? So I'm expecting this and having to do this to stop, but also this, getting two attackers here, and then, but you could just protect, right? Okay, let's see what happens. So we get the two attackers, and then, again, this is where I think endgame, I'm not seeing a strong endgame understanding from either one of them is, this is a potential pass pawn. Potential pass pawn. Instead of protecting it, he went here. Why? Because you can't take the pawn this way, you get checkmated. You can't take the pawn this way, he would take, and if you take either one, we get a checkmate in the back rank again. Alright, so Chess Wizard tactically did well. Chess Wizard said, ha, you can't take, right? I mean, you can take, but if you take, I can fix my pawns, I'll have a rook against the bishop, I'm winning still. And he's trying to trick him into taking this pawn and getting back ranked mate. Okay, so tricks like that are okay, but you got to be careful. So his opponent just says, nope. Jim says, I'm going to make Luft, but I'm not going to, and that way I could take the pawn next. So, of course, he takes first, undoubling his pawns, guys. So that's not good in general. That's not good in general, but he's still up material, and he pushes the potential pass pawn, but now we have 4 pawns against 2. 4 against 2. And he trades off his potential pass pawn pretty early. And now he can try to lock this down. But let's see again. King comes up. Nothing wrong with that. Keeps the rook from getting here or here. and then attacking the bishop. Comes over and attacks the bishop. Now, simplest might be to come here. Another option is to come here and attack the pawn. If you come here, you protect the pawn, and then he could come here and split the two and still be attacking and win a pawn anyway, right? So probably best is to say either here or here. Now you can't come here and attack because he would take here and then you can't take. So black does good. Black gets the pawn back. Now we have 3 pawns, and guess which one is the most dangerous? It's already passed, guys. So right now black should be pushing. Black should be pushing. This rook can't get over here in time, right? He takes, push, he takes, queen. So the king has to get into the game right now. But the king can't get there in time either. Queen, queen. So, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, good job, Joe. Play some more. You got to play, I think it was 8 more games, buddy, so you need 7 more. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, especially, guys, you guys are sharp. Ratchet, all you guys are, I don't even see Ratchet, sorry. Ratchet's just always here. But Jams, tell me what you think. As far as I can see, this is the move. I don't see how white is going to stop you. Maybe white comes here, but that doesn't stop you either. Can't even come here. Can't even come here. Just get lost. So, let's see. What else can white do? White can try to throw in a check, but maybe better not to throw in a check. Go here. And it doesn't matter because we still get the queen, and you're still going to have to give up your rook for a bishop, and you still lose. Still lose. Right? Okay, let's see that. So you're thinking rook to a7, check, right? King is going to come here to keep you out of these squares, right? Keep you out of these squares. Brandon! Brandon, welcome back. Missed you, buddy. Haven't seen you for a long time. I was just talking about you today. Good job. So yeah, the rook still can't get here. So then the rook can come here and try check, and guess what? You're just really kind of helping us march up the board. So you could go here if you want to still protect that square. He can go back to still try to get his rook over to here, and then you get to go here. Now you're threatening here, and you what? You can't even protect this pawn because if you protect that pawn, we push. So then you have to come here. So we eat this pawn, and now what? You're locked. This rook is going to be babysitting this pawn for the rest of the game. And by the way, we could push this pawn at some point to protect it. And now I have, and once I've done that, I have an active bishop. I have an active bishop, and you have a stuck rook doing nothing but trying to stop this pawn. So I think it's, yeah, good way, Brandon. I was talking about you and Chris. I hadn't seen either one of you in a while. Both of you in school. And I was just talking to my brother about my regulars. And I was like, I haven't seen Brandon in a while. So Brandon, you gotta, I don't know what your schedule's like. Again, what 8 o'clock at night is for you. But we're doing the, hey, congrats. Congrats. We're doing the World Chess qualifiers, right? You definitely should be playing in that, Brandon. Because I know you're under 1800. I mean, this is for you. That tournament is for you, Chris, all you guys. It's kind of made for you. So we see that Jim had a 1 game, and Chess Wizard didn't know he had a 1 game. So both of these players, right, if we go back to our list, both of these players, Jim is like 17 something right now, 1750, and Chess Wizard was 1675, and both of them do not know, and I don't know if this is basic endgames, I don't know if it's advanced endgames, or if it's just endgames. Because I don't think of it as advanced endgames. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think of that as advanced endgames, guys. I don't actually even see advanced endgames on my list. I thought I had advanced. Oh, here it is. So I think advanced endgames is critical, but I don't think this is advanced endgames. I think this is basic, right? This is basic endgame, right? No, understanding things like passed pawns, potential passed pawns, things like that. I mean, this is critical and basic, I think. So I think they're both weak on basic endgames, and so if they're both weak on basic endgames, I'm back to thinking like yeah, this is still one of the things that 1800s don't know. And by the way, I feel that's confident because I've seen many 1800s not play good endgames. We've shown that before. Awesome. Oh, Brandon, excellent. What's your rating right now in Lee chess? I hope you're under 1800 because I'd love for you to play in the tournament. All right, so anyway, that all should have happened. Black should have won this game at that point. White shouldn't have taken his pawn. White should have gotten his king into the game. White should have gotten his king into the game. And this pawn is going to fall because that bishop's going to get him anyway. And then this pawn is these pawns, just too many pawns, guys. Too many pawns. Awesome, Brandon. Then please join. I know you're already part of for a live stream, right? Please join in the tournament. You could sign up for it right now, by the way. The next tournament is already scheduled, guys. So if you go to the tournament, it's coming up on the 15th. And so is our monthly team battle, but the team battle will be at 7 o'clock. And then it's for an hour and a half. And then the big tournament is right there. It looks like you're already in there, Brandon. Awesome. First one signed up. All right, so I'm supposed to be going out and promoting this more and seeing if I can get the rest of everybody to sign up that haven't been playing in our tournaments in a while. So somehow White lost this. Black lost this. Even with all these, look at all those pawns. Okay, so now we get down to the point where he's got to find a way to make one of these pawns queen. That pawn ain't ever going to queen because the rook's going to be able to take it. So now his only chance is over here, right? So he starts pushing, and this move I don't get, right? We need to go towards the pawns. We need to get towards these pawns and protect these pawns. This could be to keep the rook out, so I can buy that. But, rooks move so fast. And now we're going to be down to 2 pawns. And now we're at 2 pawns, and now we're in the totally wrong place to protect our pawns. So this game is over. Don't know that he actually could have held it, but okay. Good game. Let's move on to game number 2 for Chess Wizard. Chess Wizard actually won this game. He had a not as good a record, but he saw a tactical op right here. And so we're looking at LLNP. LLNP is 1571, and he misses taking with the proper pawn. So that's understanding the opening, but it's also understanding the weakness here. Yeah, you're not on camera. There you go. See, that's you. Yeah.
Which pawn did I not take with?
So right here, this game, and I can flip it for you because you were black in this game. You're playing a French.
Yeah.
Start from the top. So you played a French, no worries, did everything fine. By the way, just for French, so you understand, you want to kill the base of the pawn chain.
Right.
So anytime that he lets you take it and he doesn't have a pawn to take back with, you normally should just take it. Take it early, and then you can worry about doing all the rest. Okay. Worry about the rest afterwards, but you want to grab that pawn if he's not going to protect it with a pawn. Okay. So he didn't protect it with a pawn, and now he's got 3 pieces protecting. You still want to take because he doesn't have a pawn, right? So, and you did. Oh, no, you didn't. You brought out the queen, which hits this unprotected pawn now. Right. But you give him tempos, right? He could take. Right. But again, that doesn't bother you because it would ruin his pawns.
Right. Take back.
All right. So he does this, which is not, if I remember correctly, not the best answer, but I think he doesn't have many choices now. Mm-hmm. So again, you took. Yeah. And he took, and you could have taken one more time and have him take back with the bishop or the queen.
I thought taking back with the bishop, and then I'd either come back with the bishop, or anyway.
But you didn't, so you attacked it with the bishop. Mm-hmm. But again, he could just move. This pawn is now weak, though, so this should become your new target, mm-hmm. not this knight. Mm-hmm. Okay, but anyway, he took your knight. Now, how do you take back? Oh, it's not rated though? Yeah, awesome, Brandon. Love it. Whoop, whoop. Love it when you get to play in person.
So you're saying I should have taken back with the pawn instead of the queen?
And why?
Well, pawns take towards the center.
Okay.
Queen doubles up on the bishop. leaving the queen where he is still doubles up on the bishop.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, this pawn wants to get here. If there was ever a pawn here, right? You want that pawn to control the center.
okay. Also frees up the light square bishop.
big reason.
Yeah,
now your bad bishop. This is your bad bishop. You have to understand your bad bishop. How are you going to develop your bad bishop? Right. Well, you took away the square for the bad bishop to go to, and so that's one. One is that you're missing the fact that you could have expedited development. You could have improved your pawn structure. So pawn structure, expediting development, and the third part is alignment.
Yeah.
You never want to put yourself in a negative alignment.
Yes.
And you voluntarily put yourself in a negative alignment.
Yes.
And then he put a piece to protect the bishop to take advantage of the negative alignment.
Didn't see that.
Right. You could have pinned him, which is a normal reaction. You could have said, well, I don't want to trade my bishop. I want to pin his knight. Because now I have two pieces attacking the knight. That's not protected at all.
Yeah.
How does he not lose the knight?
Yeah.
Whatever he protects it with, he's only got nothing protecting it right now. So this is a basic tactic, right? Basic tactic would be undefended piece, which, this is my list of 32 I've been showing everybody. So the undefended piece is right here. Right? And so you missed the undefended piece, so did your opponent.
Actually, I saw the undefended piece, I just didn't know how to get to the undefended piece. I saw it was undefended.
How hard is it to get to it?
Yeah, I think I did. What did I do?
Look, you attack it with two pieces.
Yes, and I saw the two-piece attack, and so I thought, take with the bishop. Bishop takes bishop. Then that leaves the knight unprotected. I would win. I figured he would take back the bishop, and I would take the knight. Check. I didn't see the pin.
Right.
coming.
So that's a tactic.
Yeah.
But one is
nice job, chess wizard.
Yeah. So you could take the bishop thinking that you have a discovered attack.
That's what I did.
So I agree. You see discovered attacks. You have focused on that. You've done puzzles.
Yeah.
You've gotten good at seeing discovered attacks. What you're not seeing, though, is that he has a counter attack.
Yes.
And you didn't see why he did this.
Yes.
Because if you saw that he did this because of this, you might say, okay, I'll take, but does that stop him from doing what he's trying to do to me?
I did not see the potential bishop move to b5.
Yeah.
Pinning the queen, winning the queen. No, I did not see that.
Hey, King, this is why I don't like Levy-Rosman's checks, captures, attacks, threats. I like threats, check, captures, attacks. Because you have to understand why your opponent made their move. That's like the first thing you should do. I should understand why my opponent made the move. My opponent made the move. Why? Why would he do this? It's undefended. I can just win this piece, right?
Yeah.
I could take here, you could take back, and I'm going to win the piece, like you said. I'm going to do a discovered attack and win a free piece. Why would he give me a free piece? He's not. He's doing it to take advantage of this bad alignment, we'll call it.
I mistakenly did not give Chess Wizard enough credit for the knight move.
Okay. And you always should. You always should try to figure out why somebody did a move. So if you have figured out why he did the move, then you might say, okay, what do I do about it? And the nicety is that, one, you could pin. A pin is natural. But also, not only is it a pin, you were trying to do a trade to win a discovered attack, which may or obviously may not work. This one works because it's a double attack. He has no defenders. And if he puts the bishop here, you just take the bishop off. Because it's absolute pin.
Yes.
So you're good to, or you could take here and say check first. And then take the bishop off. But either way, he can't do it. And he would have just lost the piece and should have lost the game. So
close.
So close. So close. So that was the move I wanted to show you. And like I said, based on the fact of where your pieces were. All right. We played it out for a few moves. And then LMP realized he's playing an arena tournament. And he's not going to win this game. If he were to draw, it'd be a miracle. So he said, let me get another game in. So he left. All right, good. He was up. Then Chess Wizard played Magician. All right, Brandon, we'll look forward to your return. And Magician seems to be playing different than he has in the past. Magician would normally play just D3, E3, so I'm very happy to see him going 2 squares. Somebody explained to him that he needs to play 2 squares, and he is. Chess Wizard is playing kind of dubiously with these F6 moves, though. So I know it might be a legit opening and all that, but it's still, in my mind, it's not the most solid choice. He's keeping the center control. I can't argue that. He could have pushed at any time, threatening to double up, and I didn't see many ways for him to stop him, especially... Well, now he wouldn't. Oh, now he actually still could, because now he's got a pin going. All right, let's see. Gets out of the pin. And this I don't understand, right? We trade off our bishop, good or bad. We trade off our bishop, which wasn't a bad bit. It wasn't like it wasn't doing anything. It was a healthy bishop. And we trade it off, and we actually now open up the file that white already has 2 power pieces on. So, interesting choice. Now, this choice, I think you're right. We generally take towards the center. Hey, all right, Jody, go, Jody, go. Yeah, if after you're all done, if you're over 1800, you're just too good for the tournament, which is also a good thing. We don't mind. So yeah, I think we're looking for taking towards the center, general rule, and we'll see why Magician might not. And this move threw me off instead of going into the corner, but we'll see why in a second why Magician is lower rated per se. So now we're into an endgame. Black is up a pawn, and he has the tricky knight versus the bishop. And it's a single colored bishop, of course, because we only have 1, we need 2. We get counterattacks, and we just get steamrolled a little bit. And here, black makes a mistake coming up. So everything looks good. Chase the bishop, chase the bishop. And by the way, right here, oops, sorry. So talking about understanding the game, right? Let's go back to here. So understanding the game, right here, black should take. Why should black take, guys? Because then it's an easy win. Okay? Easy win. Easy win. Take with the pawn or with the king. It's an easy win. Can't stop the pawn. The king is ushering it down. King is ushering the pawn down. Just take the bishop. Game is over. The king takes. The pawn is ushered down. Game is over. So this game should be over. This game should be over right here. Right now. But instead we start the pawn. Okay. Can still take the bishop and usher down. Takes with the pawn. Now we can no longer take the bishop. So now the pawn can't get all the way down because the bishop would take. But still, that would give us up a whole knight, right? Free piece. So we do it. He attacks the knight. No reason to give away free candy. You say check, and you get more free candy. And now you're threatening this one, right? Life is good, guys. Life is good. Can come back here, can come here, doesn't matter. The point is you have a knight and all these pawns. You're going to go over and eat these pawns. You're going to win the game. Pretty straightforward, easy win. But instead, black starts going for the pawns and continues to go for the pawns, giving up his 1 power piece. Now he's down, and now white should have chances, guys. White should have chances right here. And we make mistakes. So endgames, white does not understand basic endgames. This is an easy forward movement, right? Because now he's going to have to go after these pawns over here, and you're going to try to get a draw. I mean, you're looking for a draw anyway. You're down a pawn. You're looking for a draw. And we actually gave away the pawn. Now, where does white need to be? Would be great if white can get a pawn or 2 out of this, but he's not going to. He can also push and try to double up the pawns. That might be useful. That might help you, right? Might want to push, but the king is going to be able to take and then keep the king out of the corner. So it looks like a loss. And now with 2 pawns, it's a loss. This is an easy loss. Okay. All right, guys. Moving on. Chess Wizard played another game. This one against Sudakus. I think this one is the one that we might have went over. No, we didn't go over this one. All right, so Chess Wizard is black against Sudakus. And we get a, let's see, e4, we get a king's gambit. And we lose that pawn first off, and we allow quick development by white. Quick development by white. Didn't try to hold on to the gambited pawn, so we gave back the pawn too quickly, and now things just start falling apart. But right here, black still has chances. Black still has chances, guys. Why not take the knight? Why not take the knight? Bishop takes, right? Bishop takes. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Get a castle with a check. And we get to take the bishop. So now, what do we have? We have 3 minor pieces versus 2. Black is up a piece. Black is up a piece. So, right? Black takes the knight. If black takes the knight, can't take here. Can't take here. We could castle and say, okay, now we're threatening to take with tempo, but we've already seen this. We've already been here. We've seen this story, right? This isn't a new story. We still have 3 minor pieces versus 2. Black's still winning. Which in-between move are you thinking, Jody? So we're here, he takes here, and then I say here that queen takes. Okay, all right, yeah. So both Sudokus and Chess Wizard miss those. And so again, what are we missing? Miscounts, right? And tactics. This is a miscount. This is just a flat out, I just take with my queen. This is that basic, that simple. I'm up material. He sacrificed a piece. So that's basic tactics and miscounting. So where does that fall? Right here. Basic tactics and miscount. Way up here, miscounts. But basic tactics, guys. And that's why I said 1800 is way up here, because we still don't seem to have basic tactics down well. What's my rating? It depends. If you're talking about in lead chess, which is not real, it's around 2,000 and change for rapid. It's supposed to be 2,100. The most official I have is 1958 United States Chess Federation. 1958. Yep. Haven't played in tournaments in a long time. Planning on getting back to it, though. So, all right. So, both of them are missing tactics, even at that point. Oh, did you figure it out?
I did, and I'm about to try.
Oh, okay. Let's see. All right. We'll let that happen, and you will be my latest subscriber. Let's see. So LLNP against Chess Wizard, and this one ends in a draw. And this was Chess Wizard's last game of the day, and Chess Wizard was winning. And he was nice enough to go with a draw just to get it over because the tournament was running out of time. But if we look at the game, LLNP had different chances, and so did Chess Wizard. But this was just a blunder, right? Free candy, not an undefended piece. Free candy, flat out free candy. Again, we said it happens. If it's happening to you once per game, that's too much. We want to get to the point where you only give away. I mean, we're not even talking about a calculation. We're not talking about a tactic. We're not talking about removing a defender. We're talking about here's a free knight. So LLNP, if he's finding that he's still doing this once per game, if he is averaging once per game, that's too much. We need to get back to focusing on not giving away free candy. Okay? So, no free candy. Got to stop that from happening. But if it's only once every 4 or 5 games, okay. Right? But we shouldn't be doing it regularly. 1500 is where lead chess starts you at with a question mark. And then it fluctuates up and down depending on your rating, on your games. And then it tries to lock you into a stable rating based on that. All right, let's go to, well, we have an LLNP and Magician game, and they usually play to draws or very equal, and guess what? They did it again. And this time we see Magician back to his hyper-modernist feel, and he's moving a knight more than once, so I would say that Magician doesn't understand development as well as he should. And Magician is 1546, not understanding development as well as he should, but he's very close in rating and ability to LL&P, who I think does understand development. So that's okay, because maybe Magician is better at something else, right? Or maybe that he's able to survive at that area. But so we're talking about here is like they know basic development. They will be stuck at 15 and change. Well, they should know basic checkmates. So 15 mid 1500s might be here, right? Mid 1500s might be here, guys. All right. Let's go back to the game. So he moves the piece twice in the opening to push out this pawn. We get nice development by LL&P. Yep, nice development. And here is a little bit of an error, right? So we look at what happens. This square is going to be attacked twice and protected twice, but meaning that he's going to lose his good bishop. He's going to not good bishop. It's a bad bishop technically. Bad bishop technically, but he had it outside of his pawn chain. So he's going to give away his bishop, and he's going to end up with this pawn here because he's got to take twice. So the knight was holding the square, so he had other choices. He could have pushed the pawn. That would have been a fine move. He could have pushed the pawn and then pushed this pawn next. Could have done that. Could have pushed the pawn immediately and set up a stonewall type feel but we can't. Look, free candy, guys. Free candy. All right, so he can't allow that pawn to be taken, but he definitely could do this first and then try to get rid of the knight or protect the pawn. And after he protects the pawn, then he could get the push into d4, which would be nice. We'd like d4 to get in here sometime soon. The other choice is he could get this move in first and then push the pawn. But again, I just like pushing the pawn, just blocking it up. Yeah, that happens, King. That happens.
I subscribed. Didn't come up.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Have not seen it yet. Anyway, all right. So this game goes on. Let's see what happens. So as predicted, the pawns get doubled, but then black tries to be a little bit aggressive, like it. But again, now the queen is hitting a pawn that's undefended. Do you have better attacks though than what that queen is threatening? Do you care? Can you do this, give away that pawn, and then do this, and you have your two attackers, and would that be better? Would you like the square for your bishop at some point? Right? We don't have to. We can give away this pawn. This pawn can be given away if it's conducive to our plans. So we have to think about that. We could go here first, and then here. Things that we could do. Okay? Things to think through, things to decide on. But, okay. We protect the pawn by moving it, and we reposition our bishop, but our bishop doesn't have great scope, and we liked our knight. So I would have preferred, again, the knight just to come here. Just put the knight there, right? Put the knight here, and then you can put the bishop here next. Bishop can still go here if you want, and then hopefully get your pawns on double at some point, but yeah. So I'm not crazy about this position. It's a little better position, but it's still biting on granite, we call it, because there's way too many things holding that pawn in place. So we get here, and now we've changed our mind totally, and we're going to do a queenside attack. So that seems to be where we're going. And yeah, it's now, this is like very interesting pawn position. Weak pawn, weak pawn to be attacked, and these might be overextended. Queen has a lot of freedom, and we don't have enough pieces to do any sneaky attacks, right? We're not going to be sneaking around getting any great attacks going. And here we go. Trade off a little bit. We trade another one, giving ourselves double pawns. Not happy. Much rather let black take and have three connected pawns. And it's just, yeah, I'm not crazy about that idea, personally. I'd like to see the queen maybe come here and attack that pawn. And that pawn has a nice place to go. Still has nice alignment here. So maybe it's something you could take advantage of. You can even try to double up rooks. But taking this pawn seemed to not be beneficial, and especially since we immediately lose one. Right? We're going to lose it back. So definitely didn't seem like a good idea, but now all that goes away. We have 3 against 2 on the king side. We have a passed pawn, not even a potential, and 2 against 2. So we have a passed pawn. So white's plan should be obvious: protect and push, but just maybe start pushing first. But we got to push this passed pawn and get our king into the game. Black's job is to stop that passed pawn, get his king into the game. All right, so we have a clear plan for both sides. And somehow, I mean, if we look, black is like, if you take, I take back, and I get a second attacker immediately. We're helping black develop. So what would be better is not to. Bring your king over, protect the pawn. If he takes, now your king keeps his rook out. If he pushes and you go, oh my gosh, I'm letting him get so close, now how is he going to protect it? You're going to get the second rook in. He can't get the rook here because of this pawn. So he's going to lose his potential passed pawn that he just did. He's going to lose it. There's really no way for him to hold it. You have to kind of know that. And the best he could do is maybe attack these guys. Right? And remember, this is the goal. This is the one that we're trying to win with. So again, better might have been to move the king over. Just move the king over, guys. All right? I don't even want to push the pawn because then when the pawn goes, I can't get over here. So, but we take and we help black develop the rook to the point that, and we don't even push the pawn. So now the pawn is attacked twice. We're attacking the rook, but we needed to protect the pawn, and the only chance we had was to push it. Right? Think about it. Only chance we had to protect it was push it. And if he attacks again, push it. And he takes, push it. I'm telling you, this pawn has got to be pushed. It's a passed pawn. You've got to push it. You see what happens, guys? Now we have threats. You've got to push a passed pawn. And so neither one of these players took advantage of that. And white had the chance to just keep pushing that passed pawn, but instead he trades it off, and we get a draw. It's a draw. All right, let's go over one more game. Wow, we've gotten through about 5 games. Hey, good job, Jody. Good job. In fact, Jody, you've been so positive, and you've been hanging out. We like you, Jody. You've been doing really cool. What is your name on Lead Chess, Jody? I think you told it to me earlier, because I looked up your rating. What was your name on Lead Chess, young man? David. Ah, there you go. D. David. All right, let's go check out D. David again. And you haven't joined the team, though, yet, did you? You need to join the team. All right, so J.D. David, active since 27 February. That's nice. And you're up to 1686, so good. You're still safe. You can still play in the tournament. We don't want to throw games. We want to play legit. So you're playing legit, so that's good. And you're getting some games in. And wow, you're winning games, David. Good job, Jody. Let's go check out that last game you won. We're gonna look at your game, Jody, because why not? We like giving you some props. Let's see what you got going here. So Jody is white, right? Good job. Yeah, your opponent did things we don't like murphing this pawn. He murphed the queen pawn, meaning the queen pawn can't move. Now, Jody, only thing I would tell you is there's no reason for you to extend your center. You have a beautiful center. Your center is beautiful. You don't need to push. This bishop is poorly placed. Leave him there. Let him stay poorly placed and instead develop your pieces. Okay, so now the bishop actually finds a better home and will find a better home than here. So chess in general, I would have left the bishop here and developed my pieces. Could develop the bishop, could develop the knight, could develop this bishop. I would develop my pieces and not push a pawn twice, because now guess what? I still have only one piece developed and he has one piece developed. I'm not getting ahead in development. What's wrong with this? I moved the piece twice. What's good with it? He's got weak dark squares, guys. His dark squares are ugly. Dark squares are ugly. But this is still probably premature. I mean, you could just get chased away, and you've wasted another tempo. He could just develop. Not sure what he wants to develop with this knight sitting here in his claw, with this one coming in soon, but he could just develop a knight. He could strike back at the center. I'm not crazy about moving pieces twice in the opening. So you only have one piece developed. Your opponent helps you out a lot, though, by moving the wrong pawns, right? He could have chased you with this pawn, but he's chasing you with that one. And he trades off, and now he trades off again. Hey! Thank you for the subscription, LLNP! All right. Oh, for 2 months, no less. Wow. Thank you. Very generous. Very generous. That's why I probably said nice things about his game. Make sure I don't get into trouble. No, thank you. Thank you very much, LLNP.
Cool graphic.
You like my graphics? Yeah, Batman I should go change my shirt into Batman now instead of Captain America because, wow, just got a two. Oh, man. Nice. And did both those months were with Prime? Because I haven't seen how to do that yet. I'm impressed because I thought I had to do it month to month because I also subscribe with Prime. Prime is great, guys. If you have Prime, it's a nice way for you to tell a streamer that you like them, and you don't even it doesn't cost you any money. That's the beauty of it. So, if you have Prime, know someone who has Prime, get them to subscribe to people you like because it doesn't have to be me. Subscribe to any streamer you like, support your streamers, and it doesn't even cost you money. Anyway, so we're back to this game with Jody. So we see that there was very little development. We see pawn and then a second pawn push, right? See, this is what I'm talking about, Jody. If he wanted to go there, he should have went all the way, but he is going to make his pawn backwards. So at this point, he's attacking a pawn, but the pawn is protected. What should Black be doing? Black should be developing his pieces. Black should be developing his pieces, not pushing pawns. Got it? Yeah, I know, King. I know, India. So, he should be developing his pieces, but instead he's finally developing a piece and giving away free candy. This is free candy. We talked about attacking here leaves no defender. So we don't want to give away free candy, but he does because you're playing someone that's a bit of a beginner, as far as I can tell. And we see free candy all over the place. Oh my gosh. This is like a bloodbath of free candy. And look at that one. So, yeah, you took the bishop, no problem, except you had a rook. You had a free rook. We want to take the rook over the bishop any day. And he resigns anyway. All right. Thanks, Jody. That was nice. We got to look at your game. Now, as I told you guys, Sudaku runs his tournament, and it's today. So I try never to conflict with his tournament. His I Am Not an I Am tournament. So I'm going to go check and make sure he's doing it. Oh, yeah. Free shipping is awesome. I use it for everything. So right now, the under 1800 tournament only has Brandon in it. And I feel confident Jody's going to sign up for it, but Jody hasn't signed up for the team yet. Jody, you got to join the team so you get the notice about the tournament, and then you can also play in the tournament. Okay? But yeah, there you go. Brandon's in. We need to get more in. I gotta go find me some players because we have a lot of players in the team. Yeah, I mean seriously, guys, we have 57 members. 57 members in our 4 live stream team, and a lot of them are online right now, but they haven't signed up for the tournament. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to encourage some of my players that I know that should be playing in the under 1800 to play. Can I look at your game and find your one blunder? You know how that goes, King. I'll look at your game and I don't use the computer, so I'm going to find things that I might consider blunders or not good moves, and it might not be the one you're looking at. No, Brandon, you actually have to play in, so I got to get you more players. Top half goes, and if you're the only one, no, you don't win. I had that yesterday. It looked like Jim was going to be the only one in the tournament, and we ended up with 5. So can't do that. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry. Now, 4th game. Don't worry, no one saw it. No one saw it, Brandon. The moderator killed it. Right? So the moderator killed it. You don't have to worry about it. But I appreciate your the apology. But yeah, you're cool. Fourth game of what, like when, King? We got to go check out the tournament. Hold on. Let me make sure that
He's on.
Oh yeah, he goes. Sudakas has been on for an hour, but when does he starts his tournament? We got to see when he's going to start his tournament. So let me ask him, and if I can get the link from him, that's always nice.
This is the tournament. It is.
Yeah, he just sent out the link to the tournament.
Oh, okay. Here it up. Yep, I got the link.
Oh, hi, Tiberian. It's starting at 11:11, which is exactly in 12 minutes.
All right, there you go. You got 12 minutes, guys. So we have a little bit of time. If you want to go sign up for that tournament, go ahead. We have 12 minutes.
Did you get your present?
Oh, I didn't get a present from him.
I'm wondering, or the neighbor got it.
Hey, you want to? He can't see you.
Just by now. So.
All right, so guys, we're gonna raid Sudakus. Please go play in this tournament. But remember, we have our under 1800 tournament. Don't miss it, guys. Want you in the under 1800 tournament. All right, this one's a higher rated. It is in chess.com. Anyone can play in it, but it's tough competition. Tough competition. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's not easy over there. He has an IM that's been playing with him even. An IM is playing in his not an IM tournament, so I don't understand how that goes. I think he needs to fix that personally. So we'll raid him. I'm going to ask him about that.
What's his time controls?
All right, his time controls in chess.com, I think for his tournament, I don't have a clue. He changes them. Sometimes they're 10-5, 10, 10-10, 5-5. I think he changes them. Right? Hey, Chess Wizard! Yes, you can be happy if you had an IM in your tournament. You can go play with IMs all day, Chess Wizard. In Lead Chess, just go to arena tournaments and sign up for any of those tournaments. You're going to meet IMs and some GMs. TMs too. But the point is that he calls the tournament, I'm not an IM, and then he has an IM in the tournament. King, you must have been really bad. What did you do to get banned?
I need to join his club.
Yeah.
His team.
Yeah, which should be in the link I sent. Right? You first click the first link to get to his club, and then you click the second link to play in the tournament. If you want to play in it, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's a tough tournament. Tough tournament. I played in it. I won it. I've only played in it once. I won it, and so I quit. I was like, I don't have to ever play again. No, I just played it once. I usually have to go to work, guys, as you know. Usually I work from all day, and I take an hour to an hour and a half for lunch. Hour to an hour and a half for lunch. So I get to go over the games from our under 1800 tournament, which used to just be an open arena tournament. But I go over those games, talking about the concepts, and the concepts we've been stressing right now are these. Are these concepts, principles? I have 32 so far, and again, there might be 50. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing yet. But I'm going over these, and we're trying to figure out where is the plateau. So, as an example, LLNP, love him dearly, is around under 1600. What is the next thing I should work with him on to get him to the next level? How do we get him to 17 or 1800, right? How do we jump him out of the under 1600 rating? And it's two parts. It's you have to understand the principle that we're talking about, whatever that principle is, right? See it right up here, understanding and application. So he has to understand the principle and concept. I know he understands king safety as an example, but does he apply it? I know he understands basic checkmates, but does he apply it? He understands the concept of development, but does he apply it? So that's what I'm looking for. And you need to be doing both. You need to be understanding and applying it. You can't really apply it if you don't understand it most times. So that goes hand in hand. But what we're looking for is the application, not just the understanding. Okay? So this is what we're working on, and we reviewed those games, and trying to fit those people with those ratings into this model. And I'm trying to use this to understand and help. And we could say, oh, like we started off today, our very first chatter was Jody Farr, right? And Jody, his first question, he's never been to my stream that I know of, and his first question is, how do I improve? Because our stream title was how to improve, or come and improve with us, or something like that. He says, how do I improve? So my question could be to him, what's your rating? And if he says, 1675, right here, he's 1675, I can say, okay, let's go over some things real quick. Do you know the rules? Do you know about free candy? Do you know about piece values? Do you know about development? Do you know about basic checkmates? Do you understand king safety? And if he says all those things, and I say, do you apply all those things? He says, yes, I do. We can go look at a game and see if he actually does. And if he does apply those things, then we can say, okay, great. How are you with the 5 ways to respond to an attack? How are you with Gotham Chess's rules of what to think, how to think? How are you with basic endgames? How are you with identifying and dealing with undefended pieces, right? We could talk those through and find which ones he's not strong on. And the first thing is, what doesn't he understand? And if he understands all those, we again look at his games and find out which ones he isn't using. Which one of those concepts and principles is he not applying? And then based on the ones he's not applying, we will focus on and help him to apply those principles. And by applying them, he will improve and get to the next level. All right, so that's the concept, guys. That's what I'm working on. You've been helping me. I appreciate it. All right, time to raid Sudokus. And for me, I'm not going to work. I'm on vacation because my birthday's coming up tomorrow. Woo! Anyway, so I'm not going to be doing that, but let's raid them. I still got other things to do today because I'm a busy boy. So we're going to raid Sudokus. I will see you guys later.